Hello, wonderful pre-retirees, seasoned adults, and fellow baby boomers. Have you ever found yourself doing everything right when it comes to planning for retirement, only to still feel a nagging sense of unease or a weight you can't quite place? You've diligently saved, you've researched investment strategies, and you've made what seem like thoughtful, prudent choices. Yet, that feeling of complete peace and confidence remains just out of reach. It's a common experience, and if you're feeling it, please know you're not alone. Many people approach their golden years with meticulous preparation, only to discover that retirement feels heavier than they ever anticipated. It's not chaotic, it's not disastrous, but there's a subtle, persistent pressure. Often, this isn't because you've made bad decisions. Quite the contrary, you've likely made many good ones. The real culprit, more often than not, is the order in which those good decisions were made. Imagine two individuals, both approaching retirement with similar nest eggs, comparable investment portfolios, and even similar income sources. One feels calm, confident, and ready to embrace their next chapter, while the other feels stressed, uncertain, and constantly second-guessing. The profound difference between their experiences often isn't what they decided, but when they decided it. This subtle yet powerful distinction is what we're going to unravel today, offering you a fresh perspective on your retirement journey. If you dedicate the next few minutes to this video, you'll gain invaluable insights that can profoundly shift your retirement outlook. We're going to tackle a crucial question: why does the sequence of your retirement decisions matter so immensely? And how can making these choices in a more thoughtful order dramatically reduce stress, confusion, and that pervasive feeling of second-guessing? This isn't just about financial planning. It's about emotional well-being. By the time we conclude, you'll have a clear understanding of several key principles. You'll see why retirement decisions are deeply interconnected, forming a complex web rather than isolated points. We'll explore how making certain decisions too early can inadvertently increase pressure and limit your future options. Most importantly, you'll discover how adopting a better decision-making sequence can create genuine flexibility and peace of mind, replacing fear with freedom. This isn't a checklist of do this, then that. Instead, it's an invitation to adopt a new way of thinking about your retirement journey. It's a framework that, once understood, will make every subsequent retirement decision you face feel clearer, simpler, and far less daunting. Our goal is to empower you with financial education that translates directly into a more secure and joyful retirement. Throughout your working life, you've become accustomed to a certain way of making decisions. Typically, these choices tend to be somewhat isolated. You decide how much to contribute to your 401k, you choose an investment allocation, or you might select a particular risk level for your portfolio. Each of these decisions, while important, often stands largely on its own, with clear parameters and predictable outcomes. However, retirement operates under an entirely different set of rules. It's a unique phase of life where the interconnectedness of your choices becomes paramount. In retirement, decisions don't just stand alone. They interact, influence, and reshape one another in profound ways. The context surrounding each choice matters far more than its individual precision. This fundamental shift often catches people by surprise. Many pre-retirees, and even those already retired, continue to apply their working life decision model to their retirement environment. This mismatch, this attempt to fit a square peg into a round hole, is precisely what creates friction, stress, and that feeling of things being heavier. Understanding this distinction is the first step toward a more harmonious and less stressful retirement planning process. It's about adapting your decision-making strategy to the unique landscape of your golden years. Let's delve into a concrete example to illustrate this powerful concept. Imagine you decide how aggressively to invest your retirement portfolio. This seems like a logical first step for many, focusing on investment strategy. However, if you make this crucial decision before you truly understand your spending flexibility, before you've clarified your sources of guaranteed income, or before you've honestly assessed your personal comfort level with market uncertainty, that investment decision carries an undue amount of emotional weight. Without the proper context, your investment choices can feel incredibly high stakes, leading to unnecessary anxiety. Similarly, consider claiming Social Security benefits. If you decide to claim them without first clarifying how those benefits fit into your overall income picture or how they interact with other income streams, you might be leaving money on the table or creating future financial strain. Another common scenario involves setting strict spending limits without fully understanding how variable your expenses might actually be in retirement. The individual decision itself, whether it's about investments, social security, or spending, isn't inherently wrong. The problem lies in the incomplete context surrounding it. This is the core issue that a thoughtful decision-making sequence aims to solve. By establishing the right context first, you empower yourself to make more informed, less stressful, and ultimately, better financial decisions for your retirement. It's about building a solid foundation before you start constructing the walls. One of the most significant reasons why the sequence of your decisions holds such sway is rooted in perception. Early retirement decisions often feel incredibly permanent, even when, in reality, they might not be entirely irreversible. This powerful sensation stems from several factors unique to this life stage. There's often a lack of direct experience with retirement itself, leading to high levels of uncertainty about what lies ahead. Compounding this is a natural human fear of regret, a desire to avoid making a mistake that could impact your comfort for decades. Without a comprehensive context, your brain tends to treat these initial decisions as now or never moments. This creates immense pressure, a feeling that you must get everything absolutely perfect right out of the gate. And what does pressure do? It narrows your thinking. It makes it harder to see alternatives, to consider nuances, or to feel confident in your choices. This can lead to analysis paralysis or, conversely, rushed decisions driven by anxiety. A well-considered decision sequence helps to alleviate this pressure by prioritizing understanding and context building first. It allows you to gather information, explore options, and build a clearer picture before committing to major steps. This approach fosters a sense of psychological safety, making decisions feel less like irreversible pronouncements and more like thoughtful steps on a well-planned journey. It's about giving yourself the space and knowledge to make choices with confidence, not fear. Many individuals, particularly pre-retirees, inadvertently fall into a common pattern that generates significant stress. Their initial focus often gravitates towards complex financial mechanics, meticulously constructing their investment portfolio, defining precise withdrawal rules, and running countless market scenarios. While these are undoubtedly important aspects of retirement planning, the problem arises when they are prioritized before clarifying more fundamental, personal aspects of their retirement. For instance, people often dive into investment decisions before truly understanding what role guaranteed income sources, like annuities or pensions, will play in their overall financial picture. They might try to set rigid spending budgets before honestly assessing how adaptable their spending habits truly are, or what kind of unexpected expenses might arise. Crucially, they often overlook defining their personal tolerance for market uncertainty and risk. The unfortunate result of this inverted decision order is a heightened sense of anxiety. Investment decisions feel scarier because the foundational context of personal needs and risk tolerance hasn't been established. Spending feels unnecessarily constrained, leading to a feeling of deprivation rather than freedom. Consequently, overall confidence in their retirement plan remains stubbornly low. The issue here isn't a lack of discipline or intelligence. It's simply the order in which these critical decisions are being addressed. By reordering your approach, you can transform this stress cycle into a cycle of growing confidence and clarity. When you consciously choose to make your retirement decisions in a more thoughtful and supportive order, something truly transformative happens. Your psychological safety dramatically increases. This isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a fundamental component of a successful and enjoyable retirement. You begin to feel less rushed, less trapped by seemingly irreversible choices, and far more capable of adjusting your course as life unfolds. This emotional aspect of retirement success is just as vital as the financial one. A good decision sequence acts as a buffer against anxiety, allowing you to navigate the complexities of retirement with greater ease. It significantly reduces that sense of urgency that often leads to hasty decisions. It inherently builds in flexibility, giving you room to adapt to unforeseen circumstances or changing personal preferences. Perhaps most importantly, it makes your decisions feel more reversible, even if they are technically binding. This perception of flexibility empowers you to move forward with greater confidence. Think of it as building a sturdy bridge. You wouldn't start by laying the road surface before ensuring the foundations and support structures are firmly in place. A proper sequence ensures that each step supports the next, creating a robust and reassuring path forward. This approach is a cornerstone of effective stress reduction in retirement planning, allowing you to enjoy your golden years with peace of mind. One of the most liberating reframes you can adopt for your retirement planning is to view it as an ongoing process, rather than a single, fixed point in time. It's not about solving every single puzzle piece at once, but rather about thoughtfully creating a sustainable and adaptable path forward. This perspective is incredibly reassuring, especially for those feeling overwhelmed by the sheer volume of decisions. Your early retirement decisions don't need to be absolutely perfect. Instead, their primary purpose should be to establish stability, create a solid foundation, and, crucially, leave ample room for learning and adjustment. Life in retirement is dynamic. Your needs, desires, and even the economic landscape will evolve. A well-sequenced approach supports future choices by ensuring that initial steps don't inadvertently paint you into a corner. Sequence allows your retirement journey to unfold gradually, organically, and with a sense of control, rather than feeling like a sudden, all-encompassing leap into the unknown. It acknowledges that you'll gain experience, learn more about yourself in retirement, and refine your plans over time. This patient, process-oriented approach is a hallmark of successful retirement planning, fostering resilience and adaptability. When you truly grasp the profound importance of decision sequence, your entire approach to retirement planning undergoes a subtle yet powerful transformation. Instead of agonizing over the question, "What is the single best decision I can make right now?" you naturally begin to ask a far more empowering question: "What decision will make the next decision easier?" This shift in perspective alone is a tremendous stress reducer. It's an acknowledgement that retirement decisions are not static. They evolve as your understanding grows and as life presents new circumstances. It recognizes that confidence isn't something you assume or magically acquire. It's something you build incrementally, step by thoughtful step. This deliberate approach is how truly thoughtful retirees navigate their golden years without being plagued by regret. They don't strive for unattainable perfection. Instead, they focus on being intentional and strategic in their decision-making process. This mindset empowers you to approach each choice with a sense of purpose and clarity, knowing that you're laying the groundwork for future success. It's about creating a virtuous cycle where each well-placed decision simplifies the path ahead, leading to a more confident, less stressful, and ultimately, more fulfilling retirement experience. This is the essence of smart financial education for your later years. Let's bring it all back to our core idea, the central theme of our discussion today. Why does the order of your retirement decisions matter so much, often more than the individual decisions themselves? It's because, unlike your working years, retirement decisions are deeply, intricately connected. They don't exist in isolation. They form a delicate ecosystem where one choice inevitably impacts the others. When these decisions are made in a more supportive, logical sequence, the benefits are profound and far-reaching. The pressure you feel decreases significantly, replaced by a sense of calm and control. Your flexibility increases, giving you the adaptability to navigate life's inevitable twists and turns. Most importantly, your confidence grows, allowing you to embrace your retirement with joy and security rather than apprehension. Understanding this concept of sequence doesn't magically remove all uncertainty from your life. That's simply not possible. What it does do, however, is equip you to live with that uncertainty far more comfortably and effectively. In our upcoming episodes, we'll delve into specific topics that build upon this foundational understanding. We'll explore how much you can safely spend in retirement, why taxes become an even more critical consideration, and how the passage of time itself changes your decision-making landscape. But remember, every one of those crucial topics depends on the solid foundation we've discussed today, the power of decision sequence. If you found this video helpful, or if it sparked a new way of thinking about your retirement, please take a moment to like it. Every single like truly inspires us to continue creating valuable, educational content for you. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we wish you a wonderfully blessed and confident journey into your retirement years.